about you being gone is I can watch the game all day long, and I can stretch my legs out in the bed, extra pillow underneath my head. I don't know why nobody ever told me about the upside lonely. I got a lot more room, and I only have to wash one cup. I can stay up late and play my guitar, and the groceries go twice as far. I don't know why nobody ever told me about the upside lonely. Your girlfriends ain't ringing the phone off the wall. I never have to hear from that mother-in-law. Ain't cut the grass since the middle of June. I smoke a big cigar up in my living room. Don't know why nobody ever told me about the upside lonely. Dirty clothes right on the floor. Let the trash pile up right by the door. Eat pizza and ice cream 3 times a day, 'cause I ain't worried about watching my weight. I don't know why nobody ever told me about the upside lonely. Yeah, man, just think about all the good things about you being gone. Stretch out here at home. Hey, man, come on in. Don't mind the muddy shoes on the white carpet. She ain't here. You hungry? Hey, man, I got some food if you want to eat. I got a microwave oven with little pictures on the front of it. You just pick what you want to eat and push the button, and it will cook it for you. Yeah, man, you can smoke that cigar up here in the kitchen. Just use that vase over there. Need something to drink? We got beer, bourbon, whiskey, scotch, Diet Coke, Fanta. Yeah, man, I bet you've been on the road for a minute. Bathroom's right down the hall. Switches on the left, doors on the right. Just remember to leave the lid up. Leave it up. Welcome everybody to our Facebook Live show Wednesday nights. Trying to keep it swinging, Brian Nova. I'm so glad you guys chose to be with us this afternoon, and or this evening, depending on where you're watching from. We've got some great songs and a great guest to join us, so we're gonna get this show started. Here's one of my favorite songs by popular request. It is from Lerner and Lowe's play Brigadoon. What a day this has been. What a rare mood I'm in. Why, it's almost like being in love. There's a smile on my face for the whole human race. Why, it's almost like being in love. 'Cause the music of life seems to be like a bell that is ringing just for me. And by the way that I feel when that bell starts to peal, I would swear I was falling. Swear I was falling. Why, it's almost like being in love. What a day this has been. What a rare mood I'm in. Why, it's almost like being in love. There's a smile on my face for the whole human race. Why, it's almost like being in love. 'Cause the music of life seems to be like a bell that is ringing just for me. And by the way that I feel when that bell starts to peal, I would swear I was falling. I do declare I was calling. Why, it's almost like being in love. Hope everybody's well out there. One of my favorites, and obviously one of yours, because we got a lot of requests for it. Almost Like Being in Love. That song is from Lerner and Lowe's great play Brigadoon, and most of us know it from the movie with Gene Kelly running around the Highlands of Scotland with, I think Van Johnson was in it, and I can't remember who else. I can't really remember who he was chasing. Sid Charisse, actually, now that I think about it. So anyway, great movie, great play, great music, and a great song. What else we've talked about? Well, we want to talk about big shout out there to everybody that's smoking cigars and checking things out.
Today, our brand of the day of our show is called Atabay. Attaboy, Atabay. And this is one of their torpedoes, courtesy of Small Batch. Thank you, Andrew, and all the guys over there at Small Batch. We love these. What did we decide to call these now? Birds, rolls, feathers, rolled leaves. And we have, anyway, we're going to get to that one a little bit later, I can tell you that. Also, big shout out to all our pals up in Seattle, Churchill Room and Vertigo, and all of our pals also up and down the coast. And, I see some pals in here. Hi there, Leo. We got to get Leo Vigil on the show very soon. One of the great drummers on the West Coast, and Dr. Eric. We hope everybody out there is having a great time. So today, we're kind of going to move into more of one of my favorite genres of music, which is, of course, country western. I grew up playing in country bands, and I love it. And as a guitar player, who doesn't love it? Here's one of my favorites by who I think is one of the great American songwriters, the great Hank Williams. Check it out. Hey, good looking. What you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Hey, sweet baby, don't you think maybe we could find ourselves a brand new recipe? I got a hot rod for it and a $2 bill, and I got a place right over the hill. They got soda pop and the dancing is free. If you wanna have fun, come along with me and singing, hey, good looking. I said, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Mm-hmm. I said I'm free and ready, so we can go steady. How's about saving all your time for me? There's no more looking. You know what, baby, I've been tookin'. How's about keeping steady company? I'm gonna throw my date book over the fence. Find me one for 5 or 10 cents. I keep it till it's covered with age, 'cause I'm writing your name down on every page and singing, hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? I said, how's about cooking something up with me? Little Hank Williams. I love that stuff. I love it, love it, love it, love it. And of course, we're always trying to keep it swinging here. So All right, what time is it, honey? It's 5:45. Got the lovely Masoni behind the stage, the scenes, the camera, holding everything down over here. And of course, we got our little puppy. We're working on getting a puppy cam next week so we can follow Ellington throughout the show because he's always trying to find a really good place to watch a show from. So we have a wonderful guest, a dear friend of mine, and an absolute, what I think is country western superstar. He's even got his own television show, HOGE Wild, and he's been up and down the Billboard charts, and he's got a bunch of hits. But more than that, folks, he is a wonderful, wonderful person and a fantastic singer-songwriter, writes some beautiful songs, and I just couldn't be prouder to be able to call him my friend. So we're going to bring on my pal, Mr. Lucas Hogue here. Lucas, are you on tap, brother?
Hello, hello.
There you are. How's it going there today?
Man, it's going good. Going really good. Raining like a crazy man, but it's good.
Now, you're in Nashville, right?
We are in Nashville, and
it's raining down there?
Yeah, I was going to make sure my camera was working for you. And,
it's raining down there, huh?
Doing our part, trying to make it all make sense.
Well, I wish you well. So what's going on in the world of Lucas Hogue, man? What you been up to lately down there in Nashville?
Man, we have been working on new music like crazy, doing a lot of Zoom writes, which is cool, but it's hard at the same time. You know, you don't have that one-on-one in the room interaction. Right. You know, that all the juices that are always flowing. So it's always, you know, a fun little treat to try and break through those little Zoom meetings like that. But it also gives you the opportunity to write with all of your songwriter buddies overseas and across state lines that aren't here, you know, which is really cool. So we get a lot more writing in than just once or twice a year when they come to town.
Oh man, that's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
Go ahead.
We're recording like crazy too in the studio, quite a bit with my new producer, and just having a blast, recreating myself a little bit at the same time. So I'm real excited to get this new stuff out. Actually, just dropped a new song today, a new video actually called "Wishing I Was Fishing." It literally just premiered today. And,
no kidding.
Great. Yeah.
Well, dude, I want to show a couple of your videos. I've got the first one up here. I've got queued up is one of your big hits, "Flip Flops."
Oh yeah.
And yeah. So let's play that, and then you can stick around with us for a little bit, can't you?
Heck yeah, man.
All right, man. Here, so yeah, don't go anywhere. And we're going to, folks, check this out. Here's Lucas and his band playing his big hit, Flip Flops. Check it out.
Finally got the okay to get away, leaving the farm sitting there in the rear view. 5 guys on a 2-day drive, only stopping for gas and Mountain Dew. Never been out of our small town for nothing but Friday night football games. Now here we are pulling this car right out on the sand, and we're blown away by flip-flops and bikini tops, strolling out on the boardwalk looking for a good time in the sunshine. These 10 lines are a beautiful thing, yeah. Warm wind on your hot skin. Everybody gonna jump on it until the night comes and the moon's up. Gonna need a little light to help you find those flip-flops and bikini tops. The fire burning down, still we're hanging out, watching the sun slip up out of the blue waves, wide-eyed all through the night. Gotta take it all in before it slips away. Well, this girl in my arms, she's never seen a farm. She couldn't believe I'd ever been to the ocean. Well, it is what it is, nothing serious. Just going with the flow and rolling with the motions of flip-flops and bikini tops. Strolling out on the boardwalk looking for a good time in the sunshine. These 10 lines are a beautiful thing, yeah. Warm wind on your hot skin. Everybody gonna jump on it until the night comes and flip-flops, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, flip-flops and bikini tops. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, 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 yeah. Flip-flops and bikini tops. Strolling out on the boardwalk, looking for a good time in the sunshine. These tan lines are a beautiful thing, yeah. Warm wind on your hot skin. Everybody gonna jump on in till the night comes and the moon's up. Only need a little light to help you find those flip-flops and bikini tops, yeah, yeah, yeah. Flip-flops and bikini tops. Finally got the okay to get away. Leaving the farm sitting there in the rear view. 5 guys on a 2-day drive, only stopping for gas and Mountain Dew.
Right on, man. Flip-flops and bikini tops.
Yeah, man. Oh, it's so fun. Me and my buddy Jeff Wood wrote that song a few years back, and I was actually out on the West Coast doing some shows out there when they dropped the single, and it was doing so good. They were like, "Hey, we need to do a music video like right away on this." I'm like, "Cool, can you guys come out to the West Coast?" And they're like, "No, we have to fly you to the East Coast." I'm like,
wow.
"Why?" I'm like, "There's ocean on both sides." They're like, "No, you say the sun's coming up out of the blue waves and it goes down in the blue waves." I'm like, "Yeah, but can't you just like reverse it?" And they're like, "No, it'd look bad." So they flew me all the way to Daytona.
Wow.
And we get to Daytona to film the video, and the producer that's supposed to be shooting video doesn't have any permits to shoot on the boardwalk, to shoot on the beach, to shoot anywhere. And we're like, what are we gonna do? So he's like, "We're just gonna guerrilla cam it." I'm like, okay. So we get to the one main part of the song where we should have a permit to light a fire on the beach.
Yep.
And as soon as we light the fire, it starts to rain a little bit, and up drives the game warden on her 4-wheeler.
Oh, no.
And we're like, "Oh no, we're sunk, man. We need this shot." And I don't know what came over, but she goes, "What are you guys doing?" And I said, "Student film." And she goes, "Cool." And she drove off.
Ah, look at you, saved the day. You absolutely
guess.
saved the day. Yeah, student film. Yeah, yeah. If you had told her you're doing it for a major record label, they would have just been like, "Get out of here."
Exactly.
So listen, man, but you're not born and raised in Nashville, are you?
No, I grew up in a small little town called Hubble, Nebraska, right on the Kansas-Nebraska line. 44 people, population.
Really?
It was super small. Yeah. It's a farm town, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Growing up with my friends there, and you got a great education, a lot of one-on-one with the teachers, which is awesome. It was a great place to grow up,
And where did you go from there? What kind of got you into music? Living out in a town of 44 people.
All right. Well, my dad actually, he was always singing in little groups, and he would do, his track singing. He would travel around the county and, sing the tracks and stuff for, old folks home or an event for the county.
Oh man, bless his heart.
All that stuff. And Mom even built him an Elvis jumpsuit with the rhinestones and the cape and everything. He did the whole Elvis bit.
I love it.
About it. He's the gray-haired Elvis now.
Yeah, right.
Yes. So Dad really kind of got me into it, and then Mom got me into the songwriting and stuff because she was, always writing short stories and poetry and things like that, and it kind of came natural. And it was one day, probably was in, just right into high school, and I saw my dad and my brother performing a song together, and it was one of my favorite Alan Jackson songs. And I was like, man, I wish I was up there doing that. And I talked to the guy who was running. It was a big karaoke night, right?
Mm-hmm.
I talked to the guy who was running the karaoke stuff, and he's like, "Well, come over to the house. We'll set you up, and you can sing your heart out, and I'll tell you if you're any good or not." And he goes, and I spent about 2 hours there, and he said, "Man, the next 5 shows you're coming, and you're starting off all my karaoke stuff." I'm like, "Cool, man." So that kind of got me into it, man. It got bit hard.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And did you you studied like architecture or something in college, right?
Yeah,
in
construction,
school.
business, architecture, and design, and stuff like that. So yeah, it had absolutely nothing to do with music because I knew I needed something to support the music habit until it paid off. So.
Dude, I was the same way. I studied computer science in college.
Nice.
Yeah, my family was the same way. My dad sang on the weekends in a band, and so he absolutely understood how crappy the music business was because he worked construction during the day. You know, they had all these fools in the evenings. You know, making fools of themselves. That he was just like, you know. So yeah, they were brokenhearted when I decided to become a musician. Hey, listen, I want to play another video here. We've got, I guess it's one of your later ones, Hallelujah Bama, right? Did I say it right?
Very close. Hallelujah, baby.
Hallelujah. That's even better. Yeah, I really butchered that. Sorry about that.
Actually, when we released that song to radio, it did pretty well out there on like Sirius XM and that. But we kind of did a contest with all the program directors. So when my radio team sent it out, they'd have them do a video of them trying to say the name before they listened to the song. And it was like that.
Yeah, I bet.
What?
Man, so folks, here is Hallelujah. Is that right?
That's it.
Hallelujah. Now, I'm gonna start practicing that one. I'm gonna move that into my vernacular. I promise you, Lucas.
You got it?
And tell us about the song, though. What's the story on this one?
Yeah, so it's kind of a swampy southern rootsy song about this guy seeing this girl for the first time. In this, if you picture this rundown gas station, right? And the girl working the counter behind it is like in Daisy Dukes and hot pink fingernails and blonde hair and bubblegum lipstick and popping bubbles type of thing. That's kind of what the song's about. When you see her, you're like, Hallelujah.
All right. Well, here it is, man. Let's check this out. I can't wait to see it.
This next song we're going to do is called Hallelujah. When my producer pitched it to me, he said, I'm not even going to talk about it. He's like, I'm just going to push play. And from the very intro, I was hooked. I was like, man, this is going to be cool. At the end of the song, I was like, so when do we get to record it? And he said, next week. So we're going in the studio next week, and we're going to cut this song, Hallelujah. Hope you guys like it as much as I do.
1, 2, 3.
Well, hey, baby, chewing on that straw, driving me crazy. Drying your hot pink fingernails in that box fan. Hot damn, they grow them different down here. But I didn't even know I was lost. And now I'm found here. Hallelujah, a little dabble do ya. Girl, I wish I knew you, but I don't. But I will, don't think I won't. Take you on a little southern slow ride. Show me how you roll tight. Hey, baby, how do y'all cool off this salt as Hades? There's gotta be a place where we can slide off in the water, make it hotter to your little sister that she can't come. Well, I don't know your name, girl, but I sure know where you came from. Hallelujah, a little dabble do ya. Girl, I wish I knew you, but I don't. But I will, don't think I won't. Take you on a little southern slow ride. Show me how you roll tight. Just south of heaven, tell it on the mountain. Just south of heaven, girl, you got me shouting. Hallelujah, a little dabble do ya. Girl, I wish I knew babe. Well, hey, babe. Hey, babe.
Yeah, man, Alabama, Hallelujah. I love it. I love it. I love that swampy vibe too, man. That is really cool.
Thanks, man. Those guys are so great.
Oh, man.
Gideon Klein, Gabe Klein, and Thomas Becker. Great guys.
Great players, man. I loved it. So listen, when you started going through, you wrote, I know you've written a lot of songs for TV shows, for HBO. How'd you get involved in that?
So it was kind of about 5 years into probably moving to Nashville. And, you know, I've been trying to write with everybody and anybody I could, and blah, 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 and playing on every honky-tonk, you know, not taking no for an answer, banging your head against the sidewalk every day, you know, trying to get something going on. And, you know, I was sitting there writing with my buddy Corey, and Smallville come out, right? Just the TV show on the WB, Smallville, Superman show about him in high school, all that. And I had just met my wife now. I met her. Laura Lynn had just moved from California, and she was in the TV, film, radio side of things. And she was like, why don't you guys write a bunch of songs that you think would go in Smallville? It's a show that you guys like. You kind of have the vibe already down, and I'll see if I can pitch them around. And she actually knew the music director of Smallville, and we sent off about 10 tunes, and he fell in love with If Only I Could. And that's kind of where I started breaking through the songwriting world into different circles, because as you know, it's hard breaking into those little click circles, and then when people find out, you know, you're getting stuff scored and things like that, it's pretty cool. You know, it kind of opens up a lot of doors.
Yeah, no kidding. And then from there, you did some stuff for HBO too as well, right?
Yeah, we scored over 186 different songs, anywhere from like 30-second bed music to French accordion music to Egyptian, Balinesian flute music, you name it. We just figured it out, whatever they wanted, and we tailor-made it for them to use in whatever they wanted to. And then that kind of opened up getting to write some theme songs for some different shows. So I was on a TV show called Last Chance Highway, where I was a singer-songwriter guy helping save and rescue dogs all across the South. We rescued anywhere from 160 to 180 dogs every single week, and we found them new homes in the New England states. And as we were filming, I realized they hadn't got a theme song yet, but usually, you know, they use like really popular canned music on Discovery and Animal Planet shows. And I was like, you know what? We're going to write a song. So we wrote a song, and we sent it off. The producer of Last Chance Highway was, or the owner of the production company was Al Roker, and I sent it off to him. And man, he fell in love with it. He said, man, can we license that? I'm like, yeah, man, I wrote it for you. So that was the first big theme song. So it was really cool.
Oh man, that is so cool.
Yeah.
Hey, so let's do another video if you don't mind.
Let's do it.
We've got Dirty South all queued up here.
Heck,
so this one debuted at what, number 12 on Billboard when it first came out?
I wish. It didn't even get to number 12. It got to number 12 on the Music Row chart.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah. And then Billboard, I think we got top 50, and then The Power of Garth was my first top 30, and then I had the whole album went number 1 on Billboard, which was really cool.
Ah, that's what I was getting confused with. Yeah. The album went number 1,
which is pretty amazing. Yeah, I've even got my
so cool
number 1 plaque back here.
Nice. I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I've got a metronome behind me. That's about all I've got to show for.
Yours is worth a hell of a lot more.
My 40-year career, yeah, I can keep time with the metronome. Anyway, here's a great tune. I love it. It's called Dirty South. Check it out.
Look at you leaning back on the hood of my Chevy. everything never looks so good. And jump in, crank it up, drive us on out where there ain't nothing but you and me. Couple heartbeats, getting real close. I wanna hear you go, ooh, baby, good and lazy. Cover me up like country gravy, underneath the shade of an old magnolia. Let me chase that cherry cola with a kiss from your lips and lay you down, down in the dirty South. Baby, let's take it slow, like sipping good whiskey. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I think that muddy water's telling me to wiggle you out of your blue jeans. We can take a dip for a little bit, girl, don't you know? I wanna hear you go, ooh, baby, good and lazy. Cover me up like country gravy, underneath the shade of an old magnolia. And let me chase that cherry cola with a kiss from your lips and lay you down, down in the dirty South. Ooh, like a honey on a biscuit stick is sweet. Ooh, girl, I want you all over me. I wanna hear you go, ooh, yeah. I wanna hear you go. I wanna hear you go, ooh, baby, good and lazy. Cover me up like country gravy, underneath the shade of an old magnolia. Let me chase that cherry cola with a kiss from your lips and lay you down. Oh, just give me that kiss from your lips and lay you down, down, down in the dirty South. Down in the dirty South. Looking good, hood of my Chevy, cover me with country gravy. Yeah, the muddy water has been telling me, wiggle you out of the blue jeans. Gonna shake it dip for a little bit, take it down, 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 yeah. Let me chase that cherry cola underneath the shade of an old magnolia.
Oh man, Dirty South.
Yeah. That was a fun one. Did you get the Cindy Crawford-ish innuendo of the video there?
I did. That was very cool.
It was fun. It was really fun.
Hey, listen, I know what I wanted to be asking you. A couple of things. One is, I know you spent a lot of time overseas
Yep.
with the troops. And tell us a little bit about that. I know you've been over there countless times.
Absolutely, man. It's one of the things that I will cherish forever. I've been overseas 12 tours now, and it's just been, each one of them has their own little entity, but it just gets better and better and better because you get more comfortable over there, knowing how to kind of crack the code with some of these servicemen and women who are kind of like, hey, we're over here doing our thing. And you crack that little nut, and man, they open up like crazy, and they want to talk about their families, and it's just a really cool thing, you know, when you really get to sit down and look them in the eye, tell them thank you, and when they know that we're really over there to tell them thank you and just to bring a little home to them. I mean, it's just a big thank you match, really, as soon as we hit the ground. It's just amazing.
Man, that's unbelievable. That is so cool.
Yeah.
Have you guys, and you probably end up in some pretty hairy areas now and then, I'm sure. I mean, it's hard not to.
We have, man. We've been to Iraq, Kuwait, Kosovo, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Kyrgyzstan, all the stands that you can possibly imagine.
Yeah.
And one of the first places that we came into, probably about 4 years ago, I guess, when it was pretty heavy there. We were in Baghdad, and you remember when ISIS took over Ramadi, the big fight, and it all happened under the cover of a sandstorm, and we were caught in that sandstorm, and we were sitting there with a bunch of our Navy's finest, and they were just waiting on the green light, and we're literally sitting at a picnic table in Baghdad. Sand is dropping out of the sky, and we're sitting there just like hanging out like nothing with our guys, and they're just like chomping at the bit, they're ready to go. Those kinds of things just blow your mind. I've never been in a sandstorm like that, first of all, and to see it coming, it literally looks like when you're watching The Mummy or like Aladdin or something like that. Right. And you don't realize how fast it's moving until it is on top of you. It's amazing, and then everything just goes dark.
Oh God, we get them out here, but yeah, it's just sort of, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We live at the foot of a hill, so here coming into the Coachella Valley is one of the windiest spots on Earth. There's like 4,000 windmills on this hillside.
Oh yeah,
that just go absolutely crazy. So.
Nice,
it helps power part of Southern California, actually, all those windmills. But yeah, we're on the receiving end of all that, when it comes over the hill here in the desert. So not like cool. Back east. Hey, one other thing I wanted to ask you about was your TV show.
Yeah, thank God for that TV show too, man. It couldn't have come at a more perfect time. We started filming a year ago. And then we debuted on June 29th of this year for the first episode of the first season. And, it couldn't have been more perfect because obviously our touring is shut down till 2021. And this is still going. And we're actually currently filming for season 2 right now, too. And we have just got to go all over the world already and hunt and fish and talk about conservation. And
so where can we watch this at? It's on
Yeah, it's on Sportsman's channel.
Very cool.
It's on your cable package, and then 6 months after the last airing, it'll go to online, the MOTV platform of Sportsman, and you'll be able to watch it there. And then 6 months after that, it'll be free for everybody.
Man, I love it.
Yeah, it's
that
cool.
Is so cool. How many episodes you guys shoot per season?
10 episodes a season. They're 30-minute episodes, and we were literally in New Zealand. Flying back when all the COVID stuff hit. So we had just gotten out of New Zealand when they shut down.
Wow.
So literally by like 2 days.
And you probably wish you were back there now.
No, man, for real.
It's the only place that seems to have its act together.
Right. As soon as we landed back in the States, we flew straight to Glendale, Arizona for spring training for the Dodgers. A lot of the Dodger buddies are mine, like Oil Hershiser, Rick Honeycutt. So we made that part of an episode of the show too, and I'm literally putting my uniform on in the locker room with all the players, and in walks coach, and he goes, "Guys, we're shut down. No more spring training." I was like, "What?
What?
That's crazy."
Coach, put me in. Come on, coach.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be awesome, man. Bat and pitch and play with the guys.
I can do it, coach.
I could hit one ball.
Yeah, that's right. Just pitch me one, coach. Come on.
Right. That's just pretty cool. I had Rick Honeycutt was throwing me pitches all afternoon.
Oh, man.
Yeah. It's fun.
That's got to be fun, especially spring training. God, that would be a gas. Well, listen, man, I got one more video to show here. This is a really fun one. This is one that we just recorded literally not too long ago.
Yeah. What?
Lucas agreed to play with the trio. So we've got the indelible Terry Miller, and the one and only Andy Fraga Jr. joining us on this one, singing Solomon Burke's "Cry to Me." Check it out, folks. Here we go, Lucas.
Let's do it, man. When your baby leaves you alone, and nobody calls you on the phone, don't you feel like crying? Don't you feel like crying? feel like crying? Don't you feel like crying? See, I am honey, yeah, come on, cry to me. Oh, nothing can be sadder than a glass of wine. Loneliness, loneliness, such a waste of time. Oh yeah, you don't ever have to walk alone. You see, come on, take my hand, baby, won't you walk with me? Oh yeah. We waited for them boys to call in the night. No one. Don't you feel like crying? Don't you feel like crying? Come cry to me. Oh, nothing can be sadder than a glass of wine. Oh, loneliness, loneliness, such a waste of time. Oh yeah, you don't ever have to walk alone. You see, come on, take my hand, baby, won't you walk with me? Yeah, come on now, cry, 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 yeah, cry, 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 yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Ha!
Yeah, man. Cry to me.
Proud of me, baby.
Don't cry to me, Argentina. So, what you got coming up next? What is you still work? You're starting to work on season 2 of the television show.
Yeah, we're already 4 episodes in the can on season 2. I'm heading down to Venice, Louisiana next weekend to film some red fishing and shark fishing and tuna fishing down off the coast there by the oil rigs and stuff. And then actually this Saturday I'm getting my night diving certification.
Ooh, dude!
Go do my first night scuba dive down there. But then tomorrow I'll be in the studio finishing up some tracks and starting a bunch of new ones. So, man, we're just trying to stay on top of the ball and gear up so we can slingshot after this stuff is all over with.
Dude, I totally agree. I'm right there with you. Which, please, thank you so much for spending some time with us here today, man. I so appreciate it.
Dude,
so good to hear you and
me.
see you.
Oh, likewise, man. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it, and this stuff means the world, to send some entertainment out to people. Everybody's suffering. Everybody's going through some crazy stuff. So to be able to maybe put a smile on somebody's face is pretty fun,
Yeah, my sentiments exactly. Just to kind of, there's no reason why we shouldn't spend 45 minutes or an hour a day not having to worry about the craziness.
Amen to that. We will drink our sorrows.
There you go, brother. There you go. Lucas, thank you so much, man.
Thank Brian.
We'll be in touch, and I'm gonna send some cigars down your way.
please. That would be greatly appreciated.
He'll be good
right,
down
brother.
to them low notes. All right, man. Say hi to
Take
everybody.
care.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, man. My man, Lucas Hogue. What fun. Hey, what else we got going on today, folks? Well, for starters, we have, for next week, we're going to have some great friends of ours. The Hearts of Romaine are going to be joining us next week. And they are one of the funniest, most innovative musicians I know out there. And they've got some funny songs that they've written that we're going to try to get on the air here. Hopefully we won't get kicked off with some of them. And we're also going to have the one and only Dan Gordon, my dear pal Danny Gordon, who is a world-class trombonist and percussionist, as you will see, as well as owner of Gordon Pierce Brewery. He is one of the great brewers of the world. Actually, his beers are all over the place. So we're going to have some a great time with those guys next week. Actually, before we go, since it is country night, in fact, I didn't want to embarrass Lucas or anything, but I do own a cowboy hat and cowboy boots. Although Masoni will roll her eyes whenever I put them on, usually.
I think you look sexy.
She's very sweet and kind. But I do love country music, so I was able to coerce the boys into doing a tune with us today. And anyway, check it out. It's a tune by one of my heroes, George Strait. I fell in love with George in the early 80s. I actually lived in Alabama for a minute and kind of really got into country music while I was down there, and got into George, of course. And this is one of his songs. It's one of my favorite country songs. It's called "The Cowboy Rides Away." Check it out. Here we go, boys. 3, 4.
I knew the stakes were high right from the start. When she dealt her cards, I dealt my heart. Now I just found a game that I can play. This is where the cowboy rides away, and my heart is sinking like a setting sun, setting on the things I wish I'd done. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to yesterday. 'Cause this is where the cowboy rides away. We've been in and out of love and in between. Now we play the final showdown scene. And as the credits roll, a sad song starts to play. This is where the cowboy rides away, and my heart is sinking like a setting sun, setting on the things I wish I'd done.
Well, thank you, folks, for allowing us to have our little cowboy day here. Little Ellington, he's a big fan of cowboy music as well. Anyway, I want to give a big thank out, of course, big shout out to lovely Missoni for putting on the show, helping us out behind the scenes. Big thank you to Lucas. Also, big thanks to Terry Miller and Andy Fraga Jr. for doing all the great background work for us, especially all the last minute stuff. Appreciate it, guys. And we want to also thank, of course, as we do each week, Benedetto Guitars. I always say that. I guess it's just sort of a Freudian slip at best. And of course, next week we'll have the Hearts of Romaine with us, Dan Gordon with us, along with Terry. Also, don't forget to check out Lucas's show, Hogue Wild, on the Sportsman Channel. And if you get a chance, make sure you check out my man Larry Dunlap's show that comes on Facebook Live at 7 p.m. tonight, called Uncle Larry's Cave, or Uncle Larry from the Cave. Anyway, Larry Dunlap, 7 p.m. Facebook Live. And I think that's all we got to talk about right now, folks. I hope you guys have a great week. I hope that our sequestering is not getting to you all, because I can see there's going to be a few more weeks of this, a few more months of this, however long it is. Remember, we're here for you. We'll be here each week for you. This is actually is it our 15th week or our 16th week?
It's up there.
It's up there somewhere. And I think it's our 15th week and our 16th week. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll have those numbers for you next week, folks. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. And remember, whatever happens in your world, remember to keep it swinging.